Welcome back to my Elm Creek adventure on Farming Simulator 22, day 18, with me, MrSealyp. Happy December the 18th, people. You know the drill. If you haven't already done your Advent calendar, don't forget. I don't know if anyone's been waiting. I know a couple of people messaged me to say they wait every day until I do my video, and then they do it when I do the video. If that's what you're doing, that's fantastic. Some things have changed, you will notice, and there's a very good reason for that. Yesterday's video, Mr. Ranty Pants. I was going to say I did Giants a disservice. I don't think I did, but you might notice there's no slick sheen over my fields of slurry, which I did. There's a couple other bits. I've got no pallets of strawberries on my trailer. What else? The antenna has moved slightly in its position. There's a few things. The reason being, I have had to reset my entire Let's Play. Now, when I say I've had to, yesterday's problem, as far as I can tell, as far as I'm now aware, with doing the grain harvests was that you need to either have a new save game or roll forwards and the contracts need to renew. Now, it would have been nice in the changelog of patch 1.2 if that was said somewhere. On the bit where it said about fixed, unable to complete some contracts, if there was a little side note or something at the bottom that said you may need to start a new save game for some of these, to, that would have been kind of helpful. Because a lot of people messaged me and said having no problems whatsoever, and then people that messaged me back and said, oh, but to be fair, I'm on a new save game. And then I think it was Goglepop, or it might have been Jeremy, someone sent me a screenshot of a forum chat with Giants were involved. Mr. Marcel was on there, and Mr. Marcel said exactly that. Now, the problem is, because I'm doing, and a lot of people have asked me as well and said, the reason I'm having days skip is because I've got it set on 25 days. Now, I did have for a while, but it's been on 28 days for a while now. That apparently has been fixed as well. So I haven't had any problems skipping through. It took me a while, I'm not going to lie, to reset this all up, to get all the stuff that I needed in the correct places. Now, I haven't done a lot of... Imagine if I'd done tons of landscaping and built an entire farm, that kind of stuff. But the forestry, I had to go up to the forest, do that, cut down a load of the trees that I'd done before. There was a whole load of stuff that needed doing, which is now done. So, yeah, because I'm on 1 day or 28-day months rather than a 1-day month, if I was on a 1-day month, I could scroll forward a couple of months and hopefully a lot of those contracts would refresh themselves and I could go again, wouldn't be a problem. But because I'm doing a 28-day month, the contracts that I've got here have kind of been here for, obviously these are new now, but the ones that I had been there for a while because it's only each day that goes past and the contracts remained. So what I'm going to do today, I know I did it yesterday and I'm sorry if I'm going to annoy people, but I need to test this. There's also something else I'm going to do today. This is not just the only thing I'm doing. The last couple of episodes, we're going to do that one. Actually, where is field 58? Let me just check that first. There's me saying we'll do that one and then find it's the biggest field on the map or something ridiculous like that. Field 58 is, of course, it's always when you go through the numbers and it's like, boom, stops. Oh, where's that gone? That's going to be over here, isn't it? Of course, it's miles away. Have we got one closer? I'm just being lazy. Field 33, field 47 maybe. Let's have a look. 69 is not much better. 80. Why are they miles away? I thought that said Snowfield. I was like, what? Sofield. Oh, we'll go with that one. It doesn't matter, does it? We'll just take a drive over. We'll take a gentle drive over. So, I'm going to use my own gear. It's only a hit of 644 to use theirs. Let's borrow equipment. The other thing I'm going to do today is we're going to do some rolling. Because the thing on here now obviously gives all the new information. And it says what I need on the field. My yield bonus is at 95 plus 95%, and it says needs rolling. So I'm going to get a roller, and we're going to Autobots roll out. We're going to do some rolling. We're going to get that done. Of course, I have another issue. And while after the video yesterday, sorry, I know I'm chatting a lot. Let's get over to the thing. I can walk and talk, maybe. I'm not good at multitasking, so sometimes that's tricky. Blanked. I was saying something. Oh yes. After the episode finished yesterday, I went off looking for a couple more toys, and I found some. And one of the sets of toys, I think it was the trailers, I found all 10. Now, as far as I was aware, again, you know, I wasn't sure, just from the messages people had sent, that you had to find all 100, and it's 1,000 for each one, 100,000, and then you get $1 million, pound, euro bonus. But what actually happened was I found 10 of one thing, and I got 100,000. Bang. So yes, you do get $1 million. So yesterday when I finished and I think I only found one or two more. I was sitting on 179,000. And I thought, oh, okay, I'm not sure what I was going to do was start today's episode, explain what had happened, show you the toy in the shop window, and then give the money away, because I didn't want to kind of... I know at the end of the episode yesterday I said I feel like just getting them all and having $1 million and just buying loads of equipment. But in the cold light of day, I've changed my mind. Now, the problem I have is because I've reset my game, I've reset my Let's Play. Let's jump in here for a second, and I'll zoom out and show you what I mean. Look on the roof. Oh, come on. All the toys have reset. So all the toys I collected? No. They've all reset themselves. Anyway, I'm going to hire a worker to get going on this. But as you've already seen as well at the start of the video, I did do that sewing contract over on Field 11, which paid us out. Was that before this? Oh, I can't remember which one. It was this one, wasn't it? So that was done. I'm very dubious about using workers, especially... I'm having a lot of trouble... Well, like it was said right from the word go, and like I said in my AI worker video, having traffic turned off really helps. Because the past couple of times I've tried to use a worker to get equipment to where I need it, it's either said it can't take it there, or it's got part way and kind of given up. I have had drivers in the street be kind of, you know, menacing, I have to say. So we'll get all this over. Fingers crossed this time it works. If it doesn't work this time, then I don't know. There's not any more I can do. It does also mean my test map, at the moment I've deleted them both, so now I'm going to have to redo that as well, because things weren't working. Which brings me on to the next thing. And that is the situation regarding my videos uploading. And I think it's a problem that has occurred due to my new monitor, my new screen. Because a lot of people have said my videos were fine up until the 13th. Is it another one? I can't remember which. Oh, there we go. We're fine up until the 13th. Now here's the thing. The game released, I had my old monitor, I was doing my videos, no problem at all. Went away with MrSealyp, we were using the TV that they had at the cottage that we were staying at. Again, no problem at all. The weekend that we got home on the Saturday, on the Sunday, my new screen arrived, which was the 12th. So on the 13th was the first day I posted a video, I think, or day 13. It was day 13 of this Let's Play. And the difference between my old TV and the new one, the old one was a 4K HD. This one is a 4K HDR something or other. Now, obviously, 4K and HD, when I'm playing the game, when I'm recording the game, it's recording 1080 HD. At the moment, I've got my Elgato thing, and well, it's recording 4K, but when it goes to YouTube, unless I render it 4K, which I can do, it takes a lot longer to upload and all the rest of it. Those are the two kind of settings. So when it goes to, when it gets to YouTube, YouTube will process it in SD, then it'll process it to HD. If you've uploaded it to 4K, it will then process to 4K. Which has taken a lot longer for me. A load of people messaged me when I put one up before and said it was taking ages. They said they have no problem. YouTube renders their videos to 4K in no time. And I don't know why mine were taking a lot longer. Hang on, I need to check this thing again because I can't remember where the field was. Sorry, I got so wrapped up in what I was doing. Field 58 was... It should be flashing, shouldn't it? Oh yeah, right over there. Yeah, we've got a way to go, haven't we? So yeah, I'll do all this one, and then we'll go and get the roller, and we'll get it all done, don't we? Oh, you've got to be joking me. I'm going to explode. Maybe it's only when the snow comes, maybe. So the thing about that is SD, HD, 4K are the kind of the resolutions of it. HDR is not like a one up from HD. HDR is to do with the contrast, brightness, resolution. It's like better quality within the sort of pixels and all that kind of thing. If I've read it all correctly, which I did a little bit of research yesterday. So, like I say, I'm recording now, my picture is fine. I edit, my picture is fine. When I upload to YouTube, it's saying it's processed SD, then it processes HD, and that's when I then put it live, when it's HD. But the picture seems misty, and people are complaining, saying it looks awful and whatever, you know. Now, it might be yours is defaulting to a lower, to 720, 480. If you go onto the little cog, if it's saying HD, you should be able to go up to 1080, and it will play no problem. 1080, 60 frames per second. But what's happening is the HDR element, for some reason, is taking longer for that to process. So whilst the video says HD, done, good to go, and I put it live, it looks misty and weird. But then a load of people have said to me, after a day or so, the video that they watched that was looking misty now looks perfectly fine. So I'm assuming it's something to do with the HDR, but I don't. Why would that be an issue? Why would that take longer? I don't know. I mean, like I say, I'm no expert on this kind of stuff. I'm just kind of, I'm trying to get to the bottom of it, because it's frustrating when you upload a video and within the first sort of half an hour you get a ton of dislikes, because people go on straight away and go, well, this is rubbish, look at the quality of the video. But the thing is, I'm not recording poor quality video, I'm not editing poor quality video or rendering it or uploading it. So it's just, I'm really finding it frustrating at the moment. I think yesterday was that culmination when all the things were going wrong, was just all the things that have been going wrong. Getting the new screen was supposed to make things better. Getting the Elgato, which in honesty I still haven't put in. I haven't put into the PC. I haven't got that up and running yet. I've had so much stuff going on, and when the mods didn't appear, that's the other thing I was going to talk about. Yeah, it just kind of became a bit of an issue. And I think I just snapped yesterday. I think that was probably what it was. I just had a bit of a meltdown. Apologies to everybody for me doing that, but nothing seemed to be going right. Now if we go into this menu here, so this menu here, and we go across to this one now. It needs rolling and mulched, and stones has got different variations of stones now, depending on the size of stones. Gives you when I did one yesterday, when I was prepping all my fields over here, when I was doing 44, 45, and when I was redoing the Let's Play, all the stones on the fields were showing as yellow. So yeah, there's some new bits here and there. You know, I think some really good stuff. I'm hoping this contract works now. If it does, I will be over the moon. And obviously, this is. There we go. Obviously, there were like I've always said, as soon as the game releases, it's no different to anything else. All the people that just knew automatically that you had to have a new save game, and you do that kind of, you stop and you think, okay, I suppose there's some element to that. People go, well, it was obvious, wasn't it? Because they'd done an update. It's no different to when people update a map, like a mod map, and it will say that you need a new save game. Well, I'll be honest with you, on FS19, every update I ever did, I don't think I ever started a new save game on any of mine, and they all worked fine. On mod maps, there were occasionally people would post a mod map and say, this is an update, you will need a new save game for changes to take effect. I don't know. But anyway, that's the situation we are in. We find ourselves in. Good, bad, or indifferent. So bear in mind that when you start watching this video, it may be misty. It doesn't help me at all, because then the problem is people will then think to themselves, well, I'll wait a day then before I watch it. Well, then the problem is I'm behind them. I did think about what I would do is post the video, leave it a few more hours before putting it live, and hopefully it will solve the problem. But for me as well, when you've got lots of people putting out content, especially with mod reviews and stuff like that, the mods get released, you make your mod review, you post it. The longer you wait to release it, other people are posting their mod reviews, and I know people will wait for mine. I know people have always said that. I'd rather watch yours, I'd rather watch your map tours, and that's fantastic. But there is an element of being Johnny on the spot. You need to get your video done and up and out, so people can watch it. So hanging on to it to make it go live longer is just really frustrating. And other than the HDR thing, I don't know what else it can be. I've been from the PlayStation settings, I've been through the TV settings, I've gone through all the settings on my YouTube when I upload it to make sure there's nothing I've missed, nothing I've done wrong. That's the only thing I can think it is. I've had people sending me messages of all sorts of weird and wonderful things that it could be and that I should try. If I haven't responded, it's because I've already tried them. But yeah. That's all I can say. I don't know. Right, we'll let the work crack on that. Let's go and get a roller. Let's roll the fields. Apparently, once you have reset or done a new save game, the pallets have, like I said in the last episode, I think it's because the pallets have changed capacities. They have. And apparently when they respawn now, they should be correct, because I've got a new save game. Again, that's theory. We shall see. It's really frustrating because when I was skipping through the days to get to December the 18th to get it back to where I was, December the 16th and 17th was heavy snow, and the snow settled everywhere. On the roads, on the field, everywhere, not just on the fields, which it was doing before. And I thought, fantastic, December the 18th, we have snow on the ground, we can do some snow blowing. Nope. Skipped over December the 18th, all the snow vanished. Which took with it something else, which I'm quite frustrated about. But we'll get to that, hopefully, in another episode. That's not for music. Yeah, we'll get to another episode. I'm not going to walk all the way back. I'll see you in a minute. Let's get some more done. Sorry, I'm just trying to kind of do a stream type thing, explanation, test video, info sharing, let's play, all at the same time. Explanation of what's going on, and hopefully help people to kind of understand where I'm at and what's going on. Not as ranty today, hopefully. Here we are at the store. As you can see, rollers. I need, where is it? There we go. Rollers. Not grassland care. Grassland. There. We're going to go for the smaller one because that one's a bit big, bit expensive, and requires a lot of horsepower. Horsepower. So 160 horsepower required. We've got 170. We need to talk about that as well in a moment. Do I want the license plate on that? Not particularly. It is remembering the number plates as well. I said that when I did the video. Thank you to Jay. The number plate thing is a little bit squiffy here and there still. If I go on to change number plate, now I still haven't been able to get to all of them, but I have managed to get the dash in. But it works on some apparently. If you come down to colour and then go left, either left on the D-pad or L3 left joystick to the side, it takes you to the dash. Now, Jay did then say you can then scroll through, but if I press anything on the D-pad now or anything on the stick, it will go, it worked. There we go. it didn't work before. Maybe it's the particular vehicle. It doesn't work on everything. So what you can then do is you can access those. I think he said you could do the numbers as well. Yeah, although it went to 0 and then back in. So if you go down to colour, then go left, it takes you to there. I mean, it's a workaround. I wouldn't say necessarily it's a perfect fix, but it kind of works. Now, again, you may have already known about that. You may not have. Well, I haven't. I'm sure I put no play. Oh, I didn't put. Oh, it doesn't matter. I'm leasing it anyway. We're going to lease that for 2091. So again, you find yourself in that situation, and it's all about farming. It's all about the farming options of saying to yourself, if I have a small field and it says needs rolling, I think the rolling gives its 5%, 5% bonus. That 5% bonus in yield, will that give me enough profit on top to cover the cost of leasing this roller to do that field? If I was doing a load of fields or a big field, or I owned the roller, that's fine. Or if you get it cheap because they're doing it on sale, again, that's absolutely fantastic. But leasing it to do one small field, or you know, you do have to then question the outlay, will I get that back? If you're going down that route of making sure you're making maximum profit with little outlay and that kind of thing, a lot of people won't care. A lot of people have either put money in, or because it's another process to add in something different with the mulches and the roll. And we had rollers before, and you could roll fields, but it didn't really, you know, unless they were the special modded ones that gave you a fertilising state. A lot of times they didn't have a lot of purpose per se. So, and the fact they do now, just having another step to put in is brilliant. So you might just use them anyway, regardless of, you know, whether or not it's financially viable. Does that really make sense? So what we'll do, let's roll all our fields. That's actually bigger than I thought it was going to be, but that's cool. Won't take us too long. Then we'll get back over to that field. Like I say, this episode was always going to be a slightly shorter one, he says. I think I've gabbled on for about 20 minutes already. Because I'm heading off to my daughter's house. Now, the other thing I've done as well, I did say that volume sound had been adjusted by Giants in the update. Is it in this setting? Let's go down. No, I think it's the next one, isn't it? Yep, it's in that one. My settings for all my volumes and whatnot were previously, I had my volume master at 100, vehicle volume and environment volume were both at 60%. When I did the video yesterday, and I did put that little clip up on the video explaining, but I know I still had people commenting and people messaging me saying, can't hear you, the vehicle volume's too loud. I was aware of that. The problem was I wasn't when I was recording, because I had my headset on, I was recording, talking, doing everything. When I went to edit, so I thought, that's brilliant, can't hear what I'm saying. So I've come in now, I've dropped my vehicle volume down to 40% and the environment volume down to 50, master down to 80. Hopefully that will work in that you'll be able to hear the vehicles plus hear me. Don't need to turn it on, just drop it down. And what should now happen is, as we roll across, it will do that. Please tell me I'm not knackering my... I'm not making a horrendous mistake here, am I? I suppose there's one way to tell. Before I go any further... Right, so that says needs rolling. That side doesn't anymore. Although the yield bonus was at 95, it's now saying 98. I thought it was supposed to give you a 5% bump. They're 95, 96. Needs rolling. That has been rolled. That's not a 5% yield bonus according to that. Oh, you know what, I've given up even. Figures given seem to be a suggestion rather than a rule. It's kind of like, well, you know, that yeah, it will give you this bonus. Does it? Well, you know, kind of. Yeah, maybe. Just see what happens. If it does, brilliant. I don't know. The mere suggestion of an increase. But we are now. Oh yeah. Rolling. So, I couldn't help myself. Of course you have to do that, don't you? Can you see? Oh, you can see where you've rolled. It's a little bit of a weird sort of glisten to that. But I was going to say, if you can't see where you've rolled, that's going to be really tricky, but you can. So we should be good for the return leg. Then we'll get all the fields done. Yeah, did I finish what I was saying? I know I mentioned in the last video. Yes, then I got sidetracked and started talking about the volume. Because I was talking about it yesterday and realised you couldn't really hear what I was saying. I'm going to my daughter's house today. It's her first Christmas away from home in her new home with her boyfriend. And they're doing a kind of pre-Christmas Christmas. We're all getting together. We're having a party. She's doing Christmas food. You know, it's her first year ever putting her own decorations up, all that kind of stuff. You know, it's fantastic. So we're going to be heading over there this afternoon and having a kind of week early Christmas. I'm really looking forward to it. Really looking forward to it. I'm going to roll straight across this. I lifted it before, but you know what? We'll just roll it there, gravel. It's not the end of the world, is it? What else was I going to talk about today? I never normally have a list. I just kind of talk as we're doing stuff. See how we go. Now I'll lift it. Actually, considering it's the smaller of the rollers, it does a pretty good job. It's a nice size. I'll get this final strip done in one go. I think I will. By Jove, I think we'll do it. I'm just off a little bit that side. There we go. Has it come up saying that worker's got a full tank yet? Because we'll have to whiz over there. I'll finish these two fields and then we'll get over there. Check on that. I think what I might do is do this side and then I'm going to miss a little bit. I'll come back and roll that gap in the middle. Just over to the side there. As far as all the grain and the things that I had accumulated on my previous version, I have replaced those as close as I possibly could. I think most of them, because the Buy Anything silo that's available from 82 Studio, it comes out really fast. The speed of delivery on that thing is crazy. So trying to get it absolutely spot on was quite tricky. I think most of them are over by a fraction, but just a fraction. I tried to get them as close to where I was before. I assure you there was no cheating or anything in so much as I didn't say, oh look, I had 12,000 litres of sugar beet, I'm going to give myself 20,000 litres as a bonus. Nothing like that. I think I'm out by maybe a few hundred litres here and there, maybe 1,000 on a couple, but fairly small amounts. If we go to... Where was that one? One of those days, can't remember anything. Yeah, I mean, wheat we were on just about 4, sorghum we were about right, sunflower we were about 4 something, and sugar beet. So we're not far off, it was just a little bit here and there. I'll take this to the other fields to get those done. Let's see if that's made any difference here. 97, 98. Isn't that peculiar? Now I'll tell you one step I didn't do this time when I was re-prepping the fields was mulching. I didn't do the mulching, I completely forgot. That could be why it's not up to 100 maybe. Who knows? As far as... Yeah, I talked about these but didn't really show it, did I? What are we up to here? 195 litres. So we'll have a tomato pallet fairly soon. And the lettuce one is way behind again because I had to reset them. I tried to, on the same days that I did them previously, I tried to put the water in and get them to run. But obviously, I don't know whether flow rates or production rates have changed at all. I did have someone message me to assure me they hadn't. The pallet sizes have changed, but the actual speed they produce is exactly the same. They do seem a little bit slower to me, but I could just be imagining that. And as you can see as well, the antenna has moved slightly. We had it knocked down and rebuilt. We weren't happy with its location. Hey, I do all this for you guys. And the fact I was so frustrated yesterday. And so annoyed. It was just pure, just bloody mindedness. It was that kind of, right, that's it. I did keep my other save game because I thought if I reset it all and it's no different, I'm going to be really annoyed. So I kept it, redid it all, and then deleted the old save game. I wanted to make sure I had all the settings as close as possible and all the equipment and all stuff. Oh, that's what I was going to say when I was down at the store. Obviously the equipment side of things, because I bought second-hand tractors, because they came up as second-hand to buy. Obviously, to replace them, to get it back to where I was, I haven't been able to get second-hand ones because they didn't pop up on the second-hand market. So my Massey and my John Deere are new, as are the trailers. So I'll probably find that the actual repair won't drop as quickly as it did before, because with second-hand ones, it's supposed to drop a lot quicker, which I was noticing. So if you notice that the repair isn't falling, that's why. They are, for all intents and purposes, new vehicles. So I didn't really have a lot of choice there. I had to try and do it as best I could back to where I was. This is transparency. I'm just trying to be honest with stuff, because I know there are some very eagle-eyed people. When I do my videos, they'll notice all the minutiae, and they'll say, you know, oh, I noticed you've got this and you've got more cropping than you had before, or I noticed your repair's not going down. And people might think that's something to do with the update. You know, oh, the update's great because the repair problem doesn't go down as fast. Well, that's not necessarily the case on here. It's because they are new vehicles. So I just wanted to make people aware. Right. I'm going to go to the field in a moment. I'll empty that harvester. And yes, that'll be the rolling done. That'll be all of our fields good to go. If those contracts all work out all right, I can start picking off more harvest contracts again. Oh, that was what we were going to do as well today, weren't we? I've just remembered. We were going to buy our own harvest header, weren't we? We had the harvester and I leased yesterday rather than buying. So we'll do that as well. When we take the roller back, we'll get our new header. And that way I can start plucking away at the contracts. Using my own gear, or using my own gear in conjunction with theirs as well. That way it'll kind of work out. In theory, of course. Do you like these? I think, like we said right from the word go, it's just that having new stuff to do, you know, all the different elements there are and all the different bits of equipment. You know, I've tried to use a load of stuff off screen and obviously on screen. This is my first Let's Play and it's slightly different to how I would normally do a Let's Play. But I've tried to play with and fiddle around with off screen as much stuff as I possibly can. But there's still stuff I haven't even touched, I haven't even looked at yet. You know, none of the snow blowing equipment or ploughs or anything like that, because I didn't have snow settling at any point. It was really frustrating. But now that should change. I'm really fingers crossed hoping tomorrow we'll get snow. Or at least between now and Christmas. Here we are. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I've got 25,500 litres in here. I've got some more in here. The contract is saying 84%. All the crop is off the field. Now, I'm not doing multiple contracts. Some people had messaged me to say the reason it wasn't working was because I was running multiple contracts and the game can't figure it out. But to be fair, I was doing different crops. I did oats and I did wheat, and I have been reliably informed, and with the forum posts and that kind of stuff, that it needed to be reset. The contracts needed to roll over. You needed to have new contracts refreshed for the fix to work. So, admittedly, I'm only doing one this time, but if this works, if it doesn't work, it will just fade to black. I won't say a word. I'm going to go and smash something up. So, people, fingers crossed. Please work. If it goes above like 17-20%, I will kind of have a good indication that it's worked. This won't complete it. I didn't complete the contract. That's done. Contract on field 58 finished. Plus we got 1,219. At the end of the day, it's contract complete. We have also been paid, which means that everything I've got in here, 13,671 litres of wheat, is ours. I'm going to take that back to the farm. That'll feed the chickens. Oh, we could get some more chickens. We could do whatever we like. We could wait for a really good price. I could sell it here and make some more money. It doesn't matter because I'm smiling. We haven't faded to black. We haven't. That's not the end of it. The world hasn't ended. I'm not ranty pants today. It's all good. That's a very good indication. I think off screen I will pick up some contracts, maybe do an oat one, we'll give a barley one a go if there's any knocking around. And fingers crossed they're all working. I might also on my test map do one where I've got 3 contracts going, and we'll see how that pans out. But that, as far as I'm concerned, compared to yesterday, is an absolute result. It was well worth the time it took me to, and when I say reset the map, I mean new save game. Did I mention new save game? I know I kept saying reset. I started a new save game. That's what I was saying in all that. I had to do a new save game. Again, I had to, I mean, technically, yeah, I did for what I was doing, and I needed to be on the 18th of December. I needed to get the video done, so I needed to redo. It had to be a new save game. But it was well worth the time it took to do it, because it's now working. Now, I never touched that sign now on the floor, so I don't know how that ended up there. Unless I hit it with the other tractor on the way out. Potentially, who knows? So, I'm going to take this back. We'll dump it into the silo at the farm. We'll add it to what we've got already. That does mean then that moving forward we should be looking at other contracts having some nice extra bits left over. Hopefully. And then we'll go down to the store and we'll buy our header. And that's where I'll end it today, because I've got partying to do. Tomorrow, the 19th, I'm fingers crossed for snow. I really do hope we get some snow. Actually, again, I kind of keep falling back onto the December the 19th. It's saying snow. I don't get the temperature thing. It's saying 10 degrees the high, -9 the low. That's a big difference in temperatures, isn't it? And when I was on my test map and it was showing the months, it got hotter. It was very strange. It was like 36 degrees centigrade in the summer, but it got to November and it was saying 27 degrees centigrade in November. But I suppose if you're here in the US, depends where you are, you might get very warm temperatures that time of year. I would have thought in the Midwest it would have been a little bit colder than that. I could be wrong, but so it's saying snow. Fingers crossed, because I want to do an episode, especially now the snow is settling everywhere, But we do some snow ploughing and some snow blowing and that kind of stuff. I want to do it. I'm not going to do any salting, although that might be fixed now. Bear and Papa messaged me, and he'd done it over the winter and done a load of salting. You know what? Like you get the white on the tyres and stuff like that from the salt on the roads. It looked like someone had painted his tyres white, like they were white wall tyres, and that lasted for ages. He just couldn't get it to go. He tried jet washing, kind of nothing. So I'm assuming that has been fixed now. Cover on. Still haven't got that pallet yet. And why I'm going to go down to the store. Let's get our header. Oh, this has all worked out so much better. I'm so much happier today. I had already brought this down. So what we're going to do is return this. Thank you very much. We are going to complete on the contract. 5155. Collect. Thank you very much. Ooh, that pays out quite well. Oh, so I'm always tempted by those. I'm tempted by the big payouts. They do take quite a while. Anyway, not getting sidetracked. I have come to, well, I've made a decision for this episode as well. Obviously not going to know, well, you probably will know already by now. I'm thinking what I might try to do today is when I render this, render it 4K and upload it in 4K. It will take a bit longer to process at YouTube's end, but maybe it will get rid of the mist thing. Don't know, I might do. So, let's finish off with getting ourselves our PowerStream header for 25 grand. This time I'm going to buy it, not lease it. I will come back and get the Massey Ferguson later. Let's grab our Russell mash. Now you'll also see why I have been doing my episodes and starting in the mornings and kind of going through to around lunchtime-ish. I haven't really been going much past lunchtime. Around now, 1:30, 2ish, I think is the latest I've been so far. Because of the time of year, the sun sets really early. So I've had that situation. I'm not going to bother with the header trailer because it's quite narrow. I'm going to put the beacons on. We're going to head back. Yeah, so I've had that situation that by about sort of 3 o'clock-ish, 3:30, it's starting to get dark. Not conducive to great recording, that said, recording. We won't go into that. But that's where we're going to end it today. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.